Today's learning intention is finding the original amount, so percentages working backwards. The National 4 essential skills are rounding if it is required and cancelling down of fractions. This will apply to any non-calculator questions. So, let's have a look at where this all comes from. We've got a man receives a 10% pay rise and his new weekly wage is £440. What must his original pay have been? So after the 10% rise, his wage is now 440. So if we have a little think about how we do a 10% increase. A 10% increase would be 100% plus 10%, which is 110%. So what we would have done is 110% of his original pay would have given us an answer of 440. So if we change the percentage to a fraction and the of to a multiplication. So changing the percentage to a fraction, 110 over 100. To put it into a calculator, you would have to have divided by 100 times the original pay equals 440. And we're trying to find this original pay in the middle. Now what we'd next have to do is do a little bit of rearranging here. So rearranging the equation gives the original pay is equal to 100% over 110% times 440. Now, the fraction is flipped when we rearrange that there. There is a slightly quicker way of doing this, but we will look at next. His original pay, if we put 100 over 110 times 440 into the calculator, we have an answer of £400. So £400 was the original pay before the 10% pay rise. Now we're going to look at doing this question without a calculator. So, the man receives a 10% pay rise, his new weekly wage is 440, and what was his original? So if you're ever asked for a starting value or the original, you know it's a percentage working backwards question. So here's the quicker method. Still start by doing 100%. If it's a pay rise, we've added the 10% and we've got 110%. So what is 110%? Well, 110% is your £440. Now this line must be written as it will give you a mark in your final exam. From there, we need to create the fraction. Now we're always working back to 100, so we're trying to work back to 100%. So we do 100 over 110, 100 always goes on top, and we times by 440. Now you may be thinking, how on earth am I going to do this without a calculator? So what we can do is we can cancel down. Here we can cancel our fraction, 100 over 110. We're dividing top and bottom by 10. We've got 10 over 11 times 440, which gives us 4,400 divided by 11. Now if we ignore the zeros on top, 44 divided by 11 is 4, and then pop your zeros back on will give you an answer of 400. If you've been asked to do a question like this without a calculator, you will always be able to cancel your fraction down nicely. And here this cancels down nicely to 10 over 11, and we were able to do our division. Example 2. This time we are allowed a calculator. I lost 19% of my body weight. I now weigh 54 kilograms. What was my original weight? So I need to work back to what my 100% weight was before I lost my 19%. So I started at 100%, I took away 19%, and that gives me 81%. Well, what is 81%? 81% is 54 kilograms. That's how much percentage that is. I'm wanting to work back to 100, so I need to create a fraction. So 100 over 81 and I times by 54. Putting this into my calculator, I get 66.666. Recurring decimal here, therefore I round 2 decimal places and it's 66.67 kilograms. Now try this example on your own. Please pause the video. So here we can see the monthly rental for TV has increased by 14% and is now £20.52. We want to know what the original monthly rental price was. So first of all, if it's an increase of 14%, that is 114%. So what is 114%? That's your £20.52. From there, we're working back to 100%. So we need to remember 100 always goes on top of the fraction. 100 over 114 times £20.52 will give an answer of £18. So the original monthly rental was £18 before the increase. Now try this example on your own. Pausing the video. So this time the value of the car has decreased by 32% to a new value of £5,168. So I want to know what percentage my £5,168 is. So 100 decreased by 32 is going to be 68%. So that means that 68% is equal to £5,168. Now I'm trying to work back to my original value. So 100 over 68 multiplied by 5,168 is going to give me an original value for the car as 7,600. Now try this final example on your own. Please pause the video. Here we have a child's ticket for an aeroplane is 20% less than the cost of an adult's. The child's ticket costs £280 and what is the cost of the adult ticket? So if it's 20% less, 100 minus 20 is 80%. So the £280 is 80%. We want to work back to 100. So 100 over 80 times £280 will give us an answer of £350. This example here could have been done without a calculator because 100 over 80 can cancel down to 5 over 4. And then 280 divided by 4 is 70 times 5 would give me £350. So what have we learned today? Today we've learned about percentages working backwards and going back to find our original amount. To do this, we must calculate the percentage of the new value. So what percentage is the value now? Create a fraction with 100% on top and the other percentage in the bottom. And remember to round your answer and have units as well.